Hey everybody, it's Barbara Cape, President of SEIU-West. I wanted to just start off this week's video check-in with a shout out to all of our members who work in municipalities and public works. It's Public Works Week, and I want to acknowledge the incredible work that is being done by municipal workers all across the province. Whether it's in towns and cities, whether it's provincial or whether it's federal, all of that work done by our public works folks has been key in our success to flattening the curve with the COVID pandemic. And I think what this pandemic has done has really revealed our most basic needs and exposed what has been, probably decades of underfunding in public sector services. But it's also highlighted this not just for people who work in those sectors, but for our family and our friends and our communities and people who are recognizing how important our public sector services really are. And my hope that, we come out of this pandemic recognizing that as a society, we need to change things. And one of those things that I think we need to change is the investment in all public services. And really embrace the notion that as human beings, no matter who we are, we have basic needs that we can leverage by government providing these public services so that people have equitable access to all of those services. Things like streetlights and water and sewer and roads and healthcare and education and community-based services. All of those things combine to the importance of our public sector services. I believe it's important for our government really to recognize the life and death situation that so many of our members find themselves in within this pandemic. Walking into the very places where this virus lives and breathes, it's not for the faint of heart. And it takes dedicated, skilled professionals like you in order to handle this level of peril, and we think that you deserve to be compensated. And the government's come out with a wage supplement that only applies to a very teeny tiny narrow sector of workers. And we don't think this plan goes far enough, quite frankly. We think that it should apply to a broader sector of workers who are doing the heavy lifting in flattening this curve. And by only applying it to that small, narrow cross-section of workers, it doesn't recognize the stress and the sacrifice that our members make in their personal lives in order to continue to provide these vital services. And we're not saying that those members shouldn't have it. We're simply saying that all essential workers should have it. And so SEIU-West is working with our union partners in order to ensure that all healthcare workers receive that recognition pay for your work during this pandemic. And you can see more about this on our website. We posted a joint letter that we wrote to the Premier on May 5th, I believe it was. And then we also posted the press release that we did that talks about, why this is important and some of the work that our members are doing. Now, as you are all well aware, if you're reading the bargaining updates and the president's updates, and if you joined our Facebook Live event last week, we talked about this a little bit as well. We are working on achieving a collective agreement that our members in the healthcare sector can vote on. And our first day is today, and we are reminding SEIU how much our members have been relied upon. And we're not saying that that's only during a pandemic, because let's face it, folks, the work that healthcare workers do in the public sector, and well, hell, in the allied sector as well, it's important 365 days a year, not only during a pandemic, but every damn day in between. And we need to recognize that as much as the public is recognizing that, but we need our government and SEIU to recognize that as well. We need to reach a contract for our members that recognizes that you are the key to the success of reopening the province and resuming services within the Saskatchewan Health Authority. Because this economy needs people like you who are healthy and able to take on that work. So keep an eye open for further updates on SEIU bargaining. We should have something to post for you no later than Monday morning. Be well, folks. Wash your hands. Stay the hell away from other people. Stay safe. And thank you so very much for everything that you're doing. You knock my socks off.